Hey, you guys, welcome back. I'm actually really excited. Let me turn this light off because I want y'all to see the natural light coming in here. All right. I haven't quite set up my smart light system yet, so everything looks, pretty regular. But I am really excited because you can tell that the carpet is currently up on the second level. This is not to say that I don't like carpet. I did not like the dark carpet. Now, absolutely, positively love this house down. Love it down. That's why I got it. But I feel like out of all the changes that I've made into the house, this is going to be the one change that's like, I see why she bought the house. I see why she do what she do. I see why she's styled by Casanova. Because this is really it. This is amazing. Of course, I think the last week I showed this. I'm not done with it. I'm going to go back. I just want to show you in real time where we're at. Okay. This is done. Flooring is done. Board and batten. Look at the walls. Look at the walls. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the walls. I cannot wait to do the steps. That's a totally different, whatever. What I'm trying to do is maybe every 4 to 6 months, do the really big things. Like the floor was a big thing. Absolutely, positively, A1, upgrade, luxe, luxury, high end, on a budget. On a budget. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And again, once you become a homeowner, the best thing that you could possibly do is learning how to do something. So you're not going to be at the mercy of contractors or carpenters or anybody that is going to be like, whatever. I'm not saying that people's price isn't their price. I'm simply saying learning how to do something saves you. I wouldn't even want to imagine what it would have actually cost to have hired someone to come out and do the wall, because just these cuts here that I kind of had a struggle with, the guy charged me $300 and I was like, I hated that. So while he was cutting, I paid so much attention to the cuts. I did not want to spend that because I had already done most of the work, but I was struggling to go down the stairs. And so I was like, you know what, whatever. Not only that, the paint color also, you can kind of look right now at the original color. Okay, don't pay too much attention to this. This has to get torn out and redone over. We're going to use everything, but we have to get a longer one because we have to actually put a post right here. That's one. This is the original color. Right now, the color that is on the wall is Polar Bear, which is the same color as my primary bedroom. I'm not too concerned about the hallway and the bedroom being the same color. Normally, I like to switch it up a little bit, but the color works so well around the house where some rooms it's looking creamy. Some there's like an underlining of a bit of a yellow color in there, which is fine because most of the house, the colors are giving a little cream in my coffee and then going into urban bronze. So it still complements, but you can see the old color. I cannot wait to put the scaffold here and really get all of this area neutral so you can actually see it. I think I spoke about this also. The paint color has a high LRV, which is your light reflectant. So it scores really high. So I'm getting a lot more lighting in here. I will turn the lights off so you can see what it looks like from before. So I'm really excited about next year moving downstairs. I wanted to kind of switch off position so you can really get into the wall, really get into the details, really get into the craftsmanship that I put in. There's still some stuff that has to happen. I have to go in and caulk. I have to go in and do a little bit of wood filling and still go do some nails and stuff like that. But let me just say, this looks absolutely amazing and I love it. I left this wall here blank, which I'm going to see if my guy can squeeze himself into just doing the board and batten on this one too. I feel like it needs it just to kind of flow everything here. I feel like it definitely needs it. I'm going to put the phone back here because you can really get into the wall in this corner. It just looks so good. Keep in mind, this board and batten is going to run all the way down into the hallway. The hallway looks really, really big. So I actually left the guys working here yesterday, and I left the house around like 2 o'clock. So I didn't get to see the finished process. They locked the house up. This is the same company that did the previous house, and now they're doing this house. And he sends out the same guys. I'm very much a stickler about that. Send the same people. So he's been sending the same guys. So I felt comfortable leaving. I got back home last night at midnight. Me and my son got up the steps, and he said, "Why does the house look bigger?" I'm like, it does feel bigger. I think, one, the direction in which I ran the flooring, A1, all right? And then I just feel like sometimes when you put carpet down, it tends to shorten up the room, and the floor, because of the direction that it's going, tends to widen up the room a little bit more. If you know me, you know that I am big on changing the direction of how the floor is going. I just think it should flow with how the furniture is flowing. And for this, it's going this way. But in my bedroom, it's flowing a different way. We could talk about that in another video. Totally up to you. And then downstairs, it's going to be running the opposite way. So every floor, it's having, like every floor, the floor is running in a different direction because of how it flows. So upstairs would be going the same as the second level. I don't know why they didn't just have the house kind of flow this way. But the first floor is the only one that's going to be running this way because I want just perspective, right? I'm standing in front of you. The fireplace is right here, this way. The kitchen with the cooktop is right here. So to me, it only makes sense to have the floors flow this way. But here upstairs, when you come up the steps, is the steps. And then you have the living room. And then you have the kids' beds like this. So I have it going in this direction. Like I said, we'll do a whole nother video on flooring direction. I actually have a thing where I've already written a blog on it. I just got to take some pictures, and my floor was done. I'm not going to take pictures, but now that the floor is done, I can take pictures to kind of break down why I change the direction of my flooring. Just something to think about and to consider when you're working on your floors. But overall, this is probably one of the biggest changes that I would say this is like a really, really big, impactful change. The floors, I know I did the closet, and that could be considered like a big thing too, but I don't know if a closet would necessarily add that much value, but flooring on the other hand will. So I'm going to say this is one of the biggest changes, not the last, definitely one of the biggest, but there's going to be more. So yesterday, my friend said, "Nadia, what is your favorite area of your house?" And I said, this is probably the first time ever that I can say I don't have a favorite room or a favorite area. I genuinely love the entire house. I love what it provides for us. I love how it makes me feel. We have the movie room on the third floor, sitting room, bedroom, and my closet on this one. The windows downstairs look amazing, you guys. And right now, I'm getting the fireplace redone, and it's going to be beveled, so something a little bit more sleeker, modern, contemporary. Of course, timeless. It's going in there right now. Is being built right now. So I'm not going to stay long, but I did want to give you guys an update on where we're at. There's still a few more things that I think I recorded a video where the guy was doing some of the work, and then the flooring was going down. I haven't been able to record because I've literally been like in and out, running back and forth. And so I didn't get a lot of footage, but you guys already seen me put down floors before, so nothing has really changed from that. And I am using De Chateau Domenico for the flooring. The paint color is Polar Bear that I purchased from, well, I didn't purchase it. I select the color from Home Depot Bear, and then I took it into Sherwin-Williams for a color match. But recently, I've been seeing people use different paints, and they're saying like Valspar is better than everything. I'ma see, y'all. I'ma see. Because, I got boys, and Sherwin-Williams has not steered me wrong. Emeralds at that. So I'm just going to try out some stuff. Not in the house. Probably like the laundry room because it's just a small space. Oh, so you have to see the house from this view because it just looks so good. So here's the laundry room right here. So I feel like I'm gonna end up using this area as like my dummy room, so I can use a different paint brand to try it out. I don't know. I don't really feel like you need to have a designer's eye to see this. 10 toes down about changing this out. I mean, 10 toes down about changing this out. This just looks so good. I feel like the space just looks and feels bigger, wider. Today I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna put the rug back in here so that way the house can start looking good again. But overall, I am very happy in the direction in which the house is going. I feel like now you guys get a better idea of the direction in which I was going with the house. So the question is it giving townhome? Because I felt like every time I said it, I was like, it's a house, not it's a house. I'm like, I get that it's a house. But because it's 3 levels and it's not 3 levels with a basement, it's 3 levels and it's going up, that it was giving very much townhome. And if you guys remember when I first moved to Atlanta, I had rented that townhome. I was so in love with it, but I was like, it didn't really offer everything because there was no yard, there was nothing. So when my husband said he wanted to find a house that didn't look like a house, it was going to have like a townhome feel. And I was like, this is the house. And he was like, the ceilings are low. I'm like, babe, it's not. It's the standard 9 feet. Like, I know we've been living in our tall ceilings and stuff, but it was only in one area. We're not really losing anything, you know? And I'm like, it's just one thing. I'm like, when this house gets done, it's going to have a townhome feel. And I don't think he could see it, but I think he just trusts that I was going to execute that. And I feel really good about it because in general, it looks amazing and I love it. But I'm going to go downstairs so I can start the fireplace situation. Do y'all see that? Look at that. If you look right here, it's cracked. Let me go with my fingers. You see? It's cracked, but I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get some wood filler. Currently working on this wall. As you can see, it's giving like a puzzle piece. If you are new here, essentially what I am... Okay, just in case you're seeing this wall for the first time, I talked about it in the previous video. Please go and watch it. So I am big on things being like really symmetrical. And this right here is part of the load on the wall. I already opened it so I could see what was going on, and I cannot remove this. So it has to stay just like this. Knowing that I had to leave it like this, I want this side of the wall to be just like this. I'm using 2x4. It's not holding anything. It's not to secure anything. It's just for aesthetics. I'm literally balancing out 2x4s so that way the drywall can go on here. If you've ever like bumped out a wall, this is pretty much exactly what I'm doing. And I know you're probably like, not yet. It is not that serious. What you OMGing for? It's just, it turned out so good. You can see the bump out. And to me, just having things be symmetrical. Look at that. Just looks good. You see? Oh. I like it to look like this. Now to me, my brain is like functioning. One of the next things that has to get done now that the window's done, the bump out is done, is I have to break the fireplace. And I think for me, the goal here is to break it in a manner in which I don't break the stone, because I would like to keep it. If I don't have to get another one, I have to. The bottom hearth was already broken when we got here, so that's going to be going. So I was able to get the hearth demoed in front of the fireplace without damaging the surrounding face. The whole thing for me with renovating is what I can keep, and then things that I have to change, just go ahead. And because there's so many items that I actually have to change, I do not want to go out my way to just randomly be breaking things and to spend extra money on stuff. And as you can see, the face is coming together and the fireplace is completed. It's beveled. You'll see a little bit better tomorrow. And then lastly, which is really not lastly, getting the floating shelf done in the entry is too small for an entry table, but I felt like the floating shelf was just going to be a really good addition. So I'm leaving you guys here, but I will see you on the next one. Bye.